Tell you what, man, I've been friggin' stiff as a board lately. Finally got my head out of my ass and was like, all right, let me do some freaking stretching. Let me do like a little mobility workout, which is what I did yesterday evening. Here's the last 5 minutes of about a 40-minute mobility session. I've been tight, man. I tell you what, when you freaking focus on strength and muscle building for so long, you're contracting those muscles real hard so frequently, it's almost like your body forgets how to fucking relax. You know what I mean? So you gotta freaking start entering some ranges of motion that you're not used to. Doing a whole lot of dynamic tension here, a whole lot of isometric holds, trying to get into the end ranges of my ranges of motion and then contract all my muscles there, stay there a while, move around a bit, get into a freaking deep squat, do some ballistics, do some freaking internal hip rotation here in a second. That's a hard one. Freaking lights up the hip adductors like a mofo. Good stuff, man. I went to the gym today for about 2.5 hours. I did not do my usual routine I've been doing the last, I don't know, 2 months or whatever. So no board climbing on steep overhang and no weighted pull-ups. I was like, let me just focus on my footwork today. And also just get like a pump, I was doing some down climbs, like a little drill where you climb something you've done before, and then you down climb using the same holds, even on difficult problems, I'll try and do that. And that is hard as hell, man. Climbing up is one thing, man. Climbing down is a whole another thing. It's hard to control. You got to really control yourself and get your hips in the right position so you don't fall. It's definitely a fun drill. Another fun one I did is one arm climbing. I'll usually do this on slab. And the thing about that is you might hear that and think, damn, you're climbing with one arm, you gotta be strong as fuck. Not really. It's more about getting yourself in the most advantageous position you can get into. And then just kind of moving from there. Might take a little bit of contact strength, if you're like, got your freaking, let's say I'm using my left arm and it's way over to the left and the next hold is way over to the right, then I gotta get myself in the right position, but also have the freaking speed and accuracy to freaking let go, hit the next hold, and tense up immediately so I don't freaking fall. But that's a good drill too. If you want to work on your freaking footwork and movement, I definitely highly recommend down climbing and one arm climbing on slab. Fun stuff, man. You know what's interesting is I did one slab problem today I hadn't done before, and it was like kind of difficult. And then I did it with only my left arm, and it felt easier. I think because I had freaking I don't know, just I had to focus on my body positioning a lot more using one arm. So I think I just figured out like a better position. And yeah, it became easier, even though I used one less limb. Pretty funny. Still did my pull-ups. I didn't use any weight. I just did one burnout set. I was tired as fuck though, because I climbed 2.5 hours. I only got 13 reps in, which is kind of ridiculous because I've done a 12 rep set with 25 pounds attached to me, but that's just how tired I was from all those freaking drills I was doing on the wall. I gotta do those more often for sure. I'm gonna keep board climbing and keep doing the weighted pull-ups, but I'm also gonna spend a good amount of time doing some freaking on-the-wall drills. The thing is, guys, there's some moves when you're climbing that aren't possible unless you're strong enough. But the opposite is also true. There's some moves you can't do no matter how strong you are. If you can't get your body into the right position. So that's why I'm getting back into mobility training, We're gonna get all loosey-goosey, guys. We're gonna be strong, we're gonna be flexible, we're gonna have it all, dude. You know? We're gonna freaking have it all. Anyway, that's about it. Video's almost over. Here's a little fucking what even am I doing here? I'm just fucking around to be honest. Trying to loosen up the hamstrings and TFL and all that good shit. Side glutes. But yeah, man, don't forget your mobility, guys. Doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't move right. You know? Be walking around like a damn swole penguin waddling around. Gotta get it right, man. Gotta get freaking mobile. Stay mobile. You know? Strength isn't everything. That's about it. Take care. Peace.